Hey guys, welcome back to Driven Channel. I'm here with a very special guest, my friend here, Mark Wilson, and you have a pretty awesome story, man. Like you were like food stamps, struggling, and you built a business, plumbing business, and it's taken off. Uh, what a lot of times people don't realize that, hey, you know what? Things are possible. You know, things are possible. It doesn't matter where you come from, your start, like how you grow up. So you were able to grow this company in a big way. And first off, I want to start off. You're originally from East LA, right?
Yes,
East
I'm
LA.
from East LA.
And people might not know this, but you're Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
right?
I'm Puerto Rican. But I grew up in a Mexican household.
Yeah.
With Mexicans.
Yeah. Your wife is Mexican?
Yeah, she's from La Paz.
La Paz.
Yeah.
Is that Sinaloa?
No, right next to Cabo.
Cabo. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. That's awesome. So Mark, what got you into plumbing? Like when you were a little kid, were you did you ever think you were gonna have a plumbing company? Start from the start. When you were a kid, who was Mark Wilson as a kid? In East LA or
All right, so Mark Wilson was a little tough little kid growing up in the neighborhood, doing what neighborhood kids do. Grew up around people that poverty was normal. There was no vision. There was no way to make it out of the circumstances that we were in. And so, you know, I got in trouble a lot in my life, messed up a lot. And I done car clubs. I started
what
car
kind of
clubs.
trouble?
You name it. Mainly fighting and stuff like that, you know, street activities, you know. And but I started a car club. I was with the car club for a long time. I started it. We blew up. We made it. And then I was like, you know what? I might as well start a business. I've been plumbing my whole life, and I think that I can make it, you know, because everything I touch seems to turn gold, you know.
I like that.
Yeah, everything I touch turns gold. And,
That reminds me of me.
yeah, we have a lot in common in that area, you know. So
You know what I say? Double platinum.
yeah,
Yeah, because you know gold is gold, I know the meaning, but double platinum is like more expensive metal.
well, I guess I'll be there next.
Yeah.
That's the next.
Yeah,
next
but
level.
I just started saying that. But yeah, so everything you touch, right? You seem to get good results. Why do you think that's part of it? You think because you do a lot of good things and just good things come back?
I definitely do a lot. Like I'm very generous. Like I have a big heart. Anybody that knows me, they know like Mark got us. You know, if the structure of my company. If I'm eating, we all eat. You can't work for me if you don't eat. You know, if I'm over here eating steak and you're eating ramens, it's not going to work out. We eat ramens together or we eat steaks together. You know.
Yeah.
And I also run a foster care ministry too for kids, mentoring them. You know, shout out to my foster care guys, the volunteers. But yeah, so I do give back.
Well, talk about that. Where is that located, and what made you start that?
So I was in foster care as a kid. So like I grew up in poverty. My parents died when I was real young, and so I went into foster care. That's how I ended up getting into the street life. But I went to this church, the Way World Outreach in San Bernardino, and I signed up for the foster care to help them out. And 2 weeks later, they made me the leader of the foster care ministry. So actually, my company funds everything. The church, they don't fund anything. My company, all the work from my guys goes into taking these guys out all the time. We take them out two, 3 times a month. You know, sometimes 4 if we can, but that's one way we give back.
The foster?
Yeah,
kids?
foster care. It's Trinity and Olive Crest youth foster care. Yeah.
How many? So are these all kids?
Yeah, they're
How old are they? What's that?
from 8 to 17 years old.
Yeah. How many of them do you know?
So Trinity has about 12 to 14 kids, and the other one has 6 kids.
Yeah. Can you mind talking about that? Because like I know what foster is, right? I know what foster kids are. I don't know the details though. I don't know what it is to be a foster kid, grow up like that. Can you talk about how you grew up? How did it feel? And now how does it feel to help them? Like what's going on in their heads? What's going on in their life? Like what is the feeling that you have when you're there?
Like, you know, me growing up, that's kind of where my mindset came from. It became really tough because as a 12-year-old boy, I had to survive. You know, I was all alone, no Christmases, no nothing. You know, I just hustled on the streets, did what I had to do to eat, and it comes from not having a father figure or a mother. You know, so a lot of these children they suffer from abandonment issues, and they really love me, man. Like I feel the genuine love, you know. So, and to be able to start this company, I feel like it was all God that made this happen, because where would we get the funds from to fund all this stuff? We don't take them to cheap outings, you know. We take them out to, you know, race car driving, the beach, anywhere we could go, but everything costs a lot of money.
Right.
And we fund everything, and it feels really good. It's rewarding, you know.
When you were a foster kid, how is that? Is that just like you live in that like is it like a big house, or is it a commercial space and that's where you live, and then are you free all day, or how do you go to school and all that stuff? How does that work? And how do you get into trouble?
So yeah, pretty much it's an institution. You have a bunch of caretakers that take care of the kids, and you know, you have kids from different personalities and everything. So some of them are really troubled and some of them are normal, but yeah, it's a controlled environment, and they eat when they breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Everything's controlled, you know. So they have counseling. And
Is it kind of like school, or kind of like jail, or kind of like a?
when I was younger, it was like jail.
Yeah, like that's what I figured. I don't know, but it sounds like you gotta sleep at this time, wake up at this time, eat at this time.
They got it a lot better nowadays.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, it was rough. You know, you didn't talk back to staff or nothing. You would get it. You know, and now everything's like the kids get away.
Would you get hit?
Yeah.
Did they hit you?
Yeah. Yeah. Back then, they would tie you up and all that good
Really?
stuff. Yeah. It was crazy. You know, they'd put you on like restraints, and you know, they don't do that stuff no more.
So it was kind of like being in jail.
It was rough.
So what were like maybe one thing that you got that made you better, and what's one thing that you hated that hurt you from being a foster kid?
I guess the thing that made me better was that nobody ever loved me. I never had anything. And I was always told that I would never have anything. I wasn't smart, you know.
Who would tell you that?
Teachers, everybody. I'll get in trouble in school, and everybody would be like, oh, you're going to go to prison. You're going to be this. You're going to be that, you know. And now I make more than all the teachers and everybody.
Combined?
Yeah. So you put them all in one room together. I'm you know, and I have no education whatsoever. Yeah.
So you feel like did that give you more motivation to do more?
It did. I'm kind of mentally ill when it comes to hustling. I don't have an off switch, you know. I work all day, all night.
And what were you doing when you were there that got you into trouble? Were you like, did you go out on the streets and like sell drugs, or?
I would run away.
Yeah.
Right when I go to foster care, I would run away and go with the homies, you know, and I grew up around them. And then it just led on and on to worse situations.
What's the worst thing that you ever did when you were a kid?
I went to prison.
For how many years? Or was it?
I spent a long time.
Oh, really?
Very long time. Yeah.
Did you ever, because you were in L.A., you ever heard of Wes Watson?
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah, you told me that you messaged him a few times, right?
I messaged him when he was in his younger days, you know, but...
He's like 4 years apart.
Yeah, well, when he first came out, and, you know, we respond back and forth, but towards the end, I was never able to, you know.
You should start... I don't know if you're thinking about it, but I know that after the some time we spent together over the weekend, I don't know if you thought about it, but you should definitely start some coaching where you help other people that have been through stuff like that, because you could be a lot of support, a lot of help, because you build a business, a multi-million-dollar business, and dude, now I remember you told me this now, but prison, foster kid, nobody gave you a chance. And then you did all this. So, like, that's pretty impressive. That's something that you should share with the world and help a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
Have you thought about that?
I would love to. Actually, like, one of the biggest passions I have is helping people.
Yeah.
Like, most of my guys, like, I literally, like one of my guys, Manny, I got him from a grocery store, and I tell all my guys, like, look, if you give me an opportunity, you stay solid, the money will come.
Yeah.
You know, and it always does.
Yeah.
You know, and now he's a six-figure guy. You know, and it's only been a couple years, and the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
You know, but I love helping people.
Yeah. So when you were a foster, did you go to prison when you were in foster in the foster place, or after you got out?
Well, you graduate.
So you graduated. So
yeah, so you go foster care to juvenile hall, from juvenile hall to YA, from YA to, you know, the big boys. You know.
So how was that process? So when you leave the foster place, you went where, and then when did you end up getting in trouble where you went to prison?
So I left the foster care, and I would be hanging out in East LA, and I was just caught up in all the activities of living in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know, and pretty much, I'm sure you know how it goes. You know, it's the wild, wild east. You know, and a lot of you had to survive. You know, it was every day was a hustle. Every day was just survival. You know, and did what I had to do to get through that situation in my life.
And then so that happens, you go to prison. When you come out of prison, is that when you started making money moves?
Well, I started a car club, and the car club ended up expanding all over the world. Japan, you know, Hawaii.
Was this before prison or after prison?
After prison.
After prison.
And I was like, if I could do all this, why don't I start a company and let's see where that goes? You know, actually I get paid for it.
Yeah.
And so I've been plumbing since 2001 when I got out of jail. My brother gave me a job, and it just stuck with me. You know, and there was a guy named Anthony Flowers. He gave me a shot, man, and I ran with it, and I was number one. Like, you got the producers on the wall. I was number one every single month. And that's when I said, you know what, I'm going to start my own.
What were you doing differently to be number one?
I never stopped working. By the time the guys came in to work, I already got 3 hours in. By the time they got home, I got 3 more hours, you know? So I just never, ever stopped working.
So when you decide I'm going to start my own company, like, how does that happen and when?
One of my bosses, he shysted me on like $5,000. And I just took it so personal because I've literally, like I said, I never stopped working. I never stopped working. I'm the first in there, the last to leave, and he shysted me, and I just told my wife, I go, you know what, I'm gonna sell every single thing I got, and it's over. We're gonna start our own company. But I was making $7,000 a week working for someone else, and it was like a big jump. And then we went to making nothing. You know? Yeah. And it was a big jump, but now we're here.
So you sold everything, like assets, to get money?
RVs, lowriders.
How much did you get when you sold everything?
$250K.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a picture of it too. I had it in a Milwaukee box. I had $250K, and I just said, you know what, let's go, all money in. You know.
So you get $250K. You sell a lot of stuff. What was your wife thinking at the time?
She's probably thinking I was crazy. Like, she kept looking at me, but you can't tell me no. You know, I'm not the guy. Like.
So you just told her I'm going to sell everything we have just because I need the money to start my own business?
Yeah, and my prized possession, the number 2 car in LA, I sold, and I watched him drive off in a tow truck and everything. My RV, nice baller RV, and I just watched everything go. You know?
So, the first day, let's just say the first day in your business, you have $250K. You start your business. You don't really know what you're doing. It's the first time, right?
Yeah.
So how was the first 6 months? Like, did you were you rock and rolling, firing all cylinders, or did you like start spending money and then you saw the $250K coming down and then you're like, oh shit, did I make the right move, or was it all perfect?
The money started going really fast. It was so fast, and I was so scared. I ain't gonna lie. That was the biggest part of learning the business is, hey, these are just numbers. Don't get emotional about it. You have $200K in there, you're going down to $50K, payroll's coming in, you ain't got that. Work harder, go get the money. And then, after years and years of that, it got better and better and better. And now we don't really have those problems.
So the first, when would you say that the business, like how long did it take for the business to start like making good money?
I would say 3 years. Once COVID hit, then we were like we were making money, you know, and we didn't have to struggle that much. And then we got a new shop. We grew. We started breaking up teams and, you know, getting a little more systematic. I brought in some real heavy hitters, and I started training my guys better, and it just blew up from there.
How many salespeople do you have right now?
I have 2 sales guys right now.
And you train them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're pretty much trained.
Yeah.
Highly trained.
Are you expanding? Are you thinking about getting more
We're
salespeople?
expanding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting a couple more locations. We're making another sales guy right now, and the sky's the limit. The plan is to literally just take over Orange County and Inland Empire,
Yeah.
and then go to San Diego, and then kind of meet in the middle.
So right now, most of your business is in the Inland Empire.
Yeah.
And tell me, who is your typical customer? Like how do people reach out to you? How do you get leads? How do you close the leads? Do you get referrals? How do you get your business? And
So, like, there's like 10 different lead sources that we go through.
what are the
It's
top three?
Google, Yelp, and Bing.
You have a lot of good reviews on all
Oh
of them?
yeah, we're a 5-star company.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing about us. We strive to be the best, and we are first class, so we have to give first class treatment. Customer has to be happy. We give a happy call after. We make sure that we did what we were supposed to do. Is this thing going?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
All right, so we make sure that everybody's happy before we close the deal.
What's a happy call?
Happy call is when we call the customer and be like, hey, we did this out there. Is there anything we could have done better? Is there anything that we missed? You know, and then we ask them, will you give us a 5-star review? And just to make sure that we're, you know, we did everything right. If there's any complaints, we go out there and fix it.
And the happy call gets done by who?
It gets done by the office staff.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
And-
getting ideas,
and-
right? You got to give the happy call.
I'm gonna have them like make happy calls.
It's always give me a happy call. I'm
Like,
pretty happy.
I like the wording though,
Yeah.
because it's like happy hour.
Yeah.
Like people like happy hour. People like you know, I mean, I'm not gonna say happy ending. But,
Yeah.
But
They like all that.
but you called it the happy hour.
Yeah.
I mean the happy call. Happy
Yeah.
call. Yeah. That's I'm gonna steal that from you if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna
brother.
add my happy calls because I mean we should have had I mean we should have a happy call after every event, right? Imagine
Yeah.
how many reviews we get. Like
Yeah.
we'll get like, hey, what you think about the event? How was it? And then you mind giving us a review, 5-star review.
Yeah.
We'd have so many reviews, and then that'll just skyrocket the leads that come in from Google.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
So-
Google loves 5-star reviews.
So, right now, like, how many customers are you helping? How many people are you helping with plumbing, and what kind of plumbing services do you do? How many do you do? Like a week, a month?
We'd get a lot. So we're probably doing about 100 a week. 100 calls, 100 service calls. That's not including the calls that come in. We're spending like $75K to $100K a month in advertising.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How do you distribute the 75K, 100K a month?
Everything's on automatic pay, but as they come in, Google takes their money in $1,000 increments. So literally, it goes fast. Yeah.
But Google charges you like a percentage or a piece for every lead that comes in, or how does that work?
Yeah, every single lead that comes in, you're being charged. It varies per lead, but
And the leads are, how would you rate them from 1 to 10 in quality?
I would say Google's the best. Google's the best. There's other platforms that they're getting worse and worse, and more expensive. So we try to lean more towards Google, because what do you do when you have an emergency? You just go to your phone and put plumber near me, and the first one that pops up, you call them.
So you spend about 75K to 100K on Google?
Yeah. Well, on all different platforms. That's every platform.
What do you mean by all platforms?
SEO, Yelp, Google, Bing, Angie's Leads.
But Google gives you the best results.
Yeah.
And you would say on Google, how much do you spend just on Google alone? Just Google.
At least 50K.
Because I'm gonna put plumbing in
Riverside. And we love drains. We love drain calls.
What is that?
Like sewers and
Oh,
you know. whatever we pop up.
is first class plumbing yours?
Yeah.
So first class plumbing and router.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's us.
So that's you have the most reviews from everybody that pops up.
Yeah, we do. We strive. That's the main thing. It's not all about the money. It's all about word of mouth and people loving our service. Yeah, we have a lot of reviews.
You know, that's big. So I'm going to pick your brain right here. So what happens when somebody, because, I mean, I'm sure you've had a client that wasn't happy, right? Maybe
Yeah.
one or a few. When that happens, what is your way of handling it? With when they put a nasty review on Google, somebody on your team dropped the ball for some reason. So what do you do when you get a bad review, and how bad is it when you're used to getting nothing but great reviews, 5 stars, great experience, and then you get this angry client that is like a rare occasion? What do you do?
So we have the same system in place all the time. It goes to it goes to the front desk, then it'll go to my managers. My managers are the best guys in the industry, and they try to de-escalate, make the customer happy. And if not, I'll take the call personally, and I'll call them up, see what they're mad at. I'll offer them a solution to fix it. But majority of the time, they'll be like, okay, well, we'll just come out and fix it, or we want this, or we want that. But then you got these people that are they're in it to get you.
Yeah.
They're literally in it to, get a discount or not pay you at all. And those people, I have to, just leave the review there or try to figure out a way to get around that. But it's always a struggle in business. You got people that are just not happy no matter what.
You think that the biggest problems are the people that buy like the lesser things, the cheap
stuff.
things?
All of our bad reviews are $67,
Except what?
$80.
We're talking about that, yeah.
It's like we never get a bad review on a big job. We got customers that pay $30,000, $38,000, $50,000, and those are the 5 stars we get.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got these guys that 57, 67, and they're just hunting us down. I'm like, here goes your money.
Why do you think that happens though? Why do you think like those people that spend very little are usually the biggest headaches?
It's because they don't have a buck.
Yeah.
They don't have a buck, so it's really sentimental to them. And but some of them are rich. Like it's certain like people that you go to their homes and they're just accustomed to that. And but I won't get into that subject. But yeah, it's always the brokies for sure. Like you said, the brokies. They give you a hard time.
Yeah. I know you help a lot of people, and you inspire a lot of people get away from the brokies mindset to have like a growth mindset. Like how do you help them, and who do you focus on?
I usually focus on people that are energetic, good conversation, that could actually be something, because there's just some people in this world that are really stupid.
Yeah.
And those people.
I mean, most people.
Yeah. Common sense is rare nowadays.
Yeah.
So first of all, I want to know, hey, you got common sense. You're a good person morally, and I'll invest in those people. And like I got one of my guys, Justin, like he's constantly bettering himself, and he's doing crypto, and those are the guys I invest in, people that want something for the future. I like to ask people, where do you see yourself going? What do you want to do? And I'll sit there with them and have a whole hour conversation about growth and, making things happen,
So this guy, Justin, he's one of your 20%ers?
Yeah. He's one of the solid ones.
He does sales for you, or what does he do?
He's a technician. Yeah.
And the big jobs, like the 50K jobs, 38K jobs, what kind of jobs are those that you do?
Pretty much like houses under the 60s, 1960. They got cast iron pipes, so literally the pipes are only supposed to last about 40 years.
Yeah.
So after that, they have to be replaced. So, usually that would be a house that we would have to take out all of the pipes and put all new ones in, jackhammering floors and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, for example, I live in Bel Air, and we have the inner circle. We have a day that we spend there, and so people come over. And before the past inner circle, I had a problem with plumbing, and I don't know if you're familiar with. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Bel Air, right?
Oh yeah, I used to work there.
Yeah. So there's a lot of trees. There's like so many trees.
Yeah.
It's like a forest. So I literally live in a house tree. Like my house is like a house tree because it's like up in the hill.
Yeah.
And it's like a house. It's like a house tree. Like if that makes any sense, because it's in the middle of a bunch of trees.
I seen your live in the backyard.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's almost like counterproductive because it's so peaceful and relaxing that it makes you just want to lay out and get some sun and have like a nice little mimosa or something. but and it's so quiet, so calm. But there's a lot of trees. So there's like probably like 100 trees around my house. So we always have this problem where it gets the toilets get clogged, and then for you shower and all of a sudden like there's leaks and water's coming from all over the place, and so we have to turn off the water. So we've had a bunch of plumbers or a company that came, and they came a few times. Then finally they had to come, and they had to they were drilling, digging, and they were breaking all the roots or something like that. And so they fixed it. So now it's been good for a while. But do you get some of those situations, and why does that happen in places with a lot of trees?
Every single day. That's the main thing is because especially because there's a drought right now.
Mm-hmm. So
the trees are just looking for a water source. So they're breaking the pipes like crazy. They're working their way inside, and that's our $50,000 jobs right there. So if you ever need it, you make sure you call us. And
now I know. Yeah, now
we'll work a deal.
Yeah, now I know. And usually, does the insurance cover that?
No, insurance doesn't cover anything like that. It's just wear and tear.
Really?
Yeah.
So insurance doesn't cover any plumbing stuff or some plumbing stuff?
Like say you have a water leak in your house or something like that. They'll cover all the damages from the water leak, but they don't cover the pipe that broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now the trees are that like strong? Like they destroy they break everything because they're thirsty?
Yeah, they're really strong. Yeah, they'll work. It takes time, but they'll work their way in there. They'll find a way,
Because a tree is alive, right?
Yeah.
It's like a living thing.
Yeah. We don't notice it, but they really are alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So talk about like Mark. I know you like to give back a lot. Like you talk about like how you grew up, how hard it was, and how you've worked harder than everybody, put in a lot of time. How do you give back now to people that you see? I know the Foster's one, but what is it that you like to do, and who do you give back, and what are the ways you do it?
I give back to wherever the Lord leads me. Like honestly, like I'll just be walking and he'll be like, "Hey, turn the car around. Go give that guy some money," Yeah. And I don't give him 50 cents, $1, whatever is on my heart. I just give it away. I give a bum $100. I'm running down the block.
They probably go get beer or something.
Yeah, whatever you do, brother. Like I just want to see you smile. I don't want to. It's hard out there, man. It's really hard, and that mindset. So anyone that the Lord just tells me like, "Hey, help them," I have guys that there's nothing I wouldn't do for somebody. If you're in my inner circle, you're my people. There's nothing I wouldn't do for you. If I got it. If I don't got it, then hey, I'll give you something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Foster kids that you work with right now. You said you take them out about three times a month?
3 to 4.
3 to 4.
This month we're already like 3 times in. But
And this is just coming out of like your heart. Like it's you're spending money. It's not like you're making money and you're just doing it because you want to help.
Yeah, I don't even get a tax write-off for it or nothing. I just I take them out, whatever the expense is. Thanks to my guys, the company that we're able to do that.
Yeah.
Because everybody works really hard to do it, but there's no limitations or we're just able to fund everything out of the pocket.
Any of these young adults or kids that you see that, hey, maybe they're going to be part of my company when they get out?
Actually, that's good you said that because I already hired 2.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
They got out of the foster care. I gave him a shot. One didn't. He went and did his thing, and he ended up getting shot later on down the road. And but we have one right there. His name's Eli. He's working with me right now. We're just training him, and because this is a way right here that you'll never be a brokey.
Yeah.
Being a plumber, it's always going to have a job no matter where you go. You can move to Hawaii today and you'll have a job,
Yeah. So how many plumbers do you have?
We have 34 right now.
34.
Yeah.
And
34 altogether, every office staff and everything.
But 34 are plumbers?
We got about 30 plumbers.
30 plumbers.
Yeah.
And is your goal to get to like 100 plumbers?
Goal is to get a million plumbers. If I can.
Million plumbers?
I have a vision that it just won't stop. It's not going to stop. We're going to go city to city, state to state.
Do you need another license for another state if you want to get into another state? Or
I know you can go to, I believe, New Mexico and Arizona and California with this license, C36, but licenses are so easy to get,
So for you to start a plumbing company, you need just one license?
That you need a C36.
C36.
Yeah.
And how long is it to get that license? Do you take one test and pass it and that's it?
Yeah, you just take a test.
How many questions?
Probably about 100.
Kind of like a real estate test.
Yeah, same thing. You go to the board, you take tests.
C36.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He's ready to be a plumber.
Because your company right now, if you don't mind sharing it in revenue, gross revenue, is doing around how much?
7 million.
7 million.
Yeah.
Dude, so if you get 60 plumbers, and if the math adds up, you could be doing 14 million.
Yeah, so that's the plan. We're gonna get another location, and that location we'll be doing 300 to start off, and then we'll get it to 600 as well, and then get another location, and.
How are the margins in plumbing? Like, do you have a lot of expenses, a lot of payroll?
It's a lot of expense.
Yeah.
It's almost the highest you could get in profit is 20%. And it varies. If you want to get aggressive in marketing, it goes down, and we're very aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what is this company you founded? This company what year?
2019.
Oh wow, so you're relatively new.
Yeah.
What is your plan for this company? Are you planning on one day selling it? Do you want to grow it and leave it to your kids? So what is your plan?
You know what? I just want to keep growing it. Right now, it's not even in my mind what's going to happen. I just want to keep growing and, lining everything up and make it so that it kind of runs without me.
Yeah.
I got my eyes on a couple guys inside that I want to put in place and have them do everything. And, like we were talking about the other day, taking care of them and, and leave them in a position where they could be very well off and be an entrepreneur. And I could just go do my thing, and everything runs on its own.
Because like you said, plumbing is always going to be needed.
It is.
It's not going anywhere.
AI is not going to take over plumbing.
AI cannot fix plumbing issues.
No, because if it gets wet, what happens? Robots get wet.
Yeah, AI doesn't like water.
Yeah. At least I hope.
Yeah, and hopefully we don't run out of water.
Yeah,
we'll be fine.
You're right about that.
Yeah. So on the for the company, you're gonna go to other states. Do you have in mind a few states that you're already working on?
I think Arizona would be the next place we would go. It's not saturated like it is over here, and everyone that's went over there has done really well. The only problem would be is to find plumbers that want to work in the heat.
Yeah.
Because getting in an attic in the summer over there is really dangerous, you know.
How dangerous? You suffocate?
Well, like probably 200 degrees up there, you know, so it gets hot. I used to work in Arizona.
So if you like if you're a plumber, how much money do you make? Like on average, like what's a high earner plumber and a low earner?
The low earner would make about $80,000 a month.
The low earner would make $80K a month?
Yeah.
A month.
Yeah. And the higher, I have a guy that I don't want to throw his business out there, but
Yeah.
you know, he's making, you know, 30, 40K a month, you know, like that. Yeah.
Wait, but you said a low earner makes $80K a month?
Yeah. Well, once you become, like, if you're an apprentice, no. But once you become a real plumber, you know, that's when you start making that revenue, 80K to 120.
But a plumber owner or a plumber that works for you?
No, a plumber that works for me.
So you have plumbers that work for you that make $80K a month?
Of course. Yeah. Yeah. But the average pay for a good plumber
Yeah.
is $120,000.
A month.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get into plumbing.
It's hard work, though.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Like, it's really hard, and it's disgusting. It's you know,
it's not a job for women.
It's
though.
a man's job.
Yeah.
For
So
sure.
so Maria doesn't have a chance.
Yeah,
She can't be a plumber.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be a plumber. It's yeah, yeah, that would be good, you know. But yeah, it's. I've had guys come in and they know what you can make, but they back out real quick.
Talk to me about that. Why is it so hard to be a plumber? Like what's hard from the job? Because I have like Wally here, and he's probably thinking, man, I should just go be a plumber.
Yeah.
and he's a strong guy. He could carry big heavy shit.
You know, man, you're digging big trenches. You're dealing with poop, you know, and it's like real. Sometimes you got to crawl under a house, and there'll be this much poop underneath that house, and like you're not gonna just say I can't go. You just throw a couple cardboards, and you got to crawl to the issue. You know, it's me personally. I have no problems with poop. You know, I smell money when I. You know, it's.
I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with poop either.
Yeah.
I'm making bank.
Most plumbers don't, but
Yeah.
there's guys that come in, they just can't do it. You know.
Can you just wear a mask?
Yeah, but I think it's like a mental thing. When you see it, you can feel it kind of on your skin. You know, like, yeah, it does something to people. You know, but me personally, I just became accustomed to.
So that's the biggest fear of plumbers, poop.
You know, you can get electrocuted under the house. There's so much.
So it's a dangerous job.
It's a job, yeah. If you want to make money, you don't have an education. You know, this is.
But you don't need. Do you need a license to be a plumber?
No, you just go through apprenticeship program, and when the company feels you work under their license, so when the company feels you're not a liability.
So your plumbers, they don't have they don't need a license or nothing.
No.
They work under you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you kind of approve them and give them the green light.
You want to make sure that these guys know what they're doing.
So if other plumbers are watching this, and maybe you have like competitors in your area or even other cities, how can they reach out to you and get a job there?
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. I'm always open to potential. I love interviewing people. I love seeing who's out there, who's really interested in the trades, and it's one of the most attractive places to work. We don't take just anybody. You got to be really highly skilled, and you got to really want to work. If you come in and you're saying, "Hey, yeah, I want Saturday and Sunday off," and we don't even take you. You know.
So plumbers work 7 days a week.
Pretty much. Yeah. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, because if you clog the toilet in the middle of the weekend, you need a plumber.
I've had your guys call me at like 10 o'clock at night. Hey, Mark, you signing up? I was like, man, they're like plumbers.
Yeah.
You know, money don't sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
And the best calls come in at nighttime.
You just, I mean, if people are watching this and they want to hear like a huge takeaway, it's like hard work, but really being efficient. Like being efficient, having I say this, having intention. Because like if you have intention that, hey, I gotta close 20K today. I gotta make 20K today. If I don't get 20K, then I can't go home. Like that's how Jordan Belfort. I don't know if you've ever. Do you know Jordan Belfort?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
So one of my mentees, that's part of my group. He's part of the inner circle. He used to work for him.
Yeah.
So he used to work for him when Jordan was making the most money, just before he was gonna go to jail and lose everything. So he joined Jordan Belfort when on his highest peak, just before he went downhill. So he was young. He was a youngster working for Jordan Belfort, and Jordan would tape the phone on their hand, and they would have to call till they made sales, and if they didn't make certain amount of sales, they can't go home. So everybody was like that was a kind of culture over there. And then he said, man, that's one thing that I got from him. He was just a fierce competitor that if you don't reach your numbers, you can't go home. Because nowadays, how many people go home and they haven't made any money that day?
Yeah.
Like I think you shouldn't be allowed to go home if you have not made money today. So like if you're gonna go home to your wife and kids or husband, and you're a worker business person, and you're gonna go home and you're gonna be like, I made zero today. Like, why are you going home? Like, it's embarrassing. Like, why would you go home? So if people have that mentality that I'm not gonna go home until I make some money, whether it's $1,000 or $20,000 or more, then you should hit your targets. But most people don't.
If everybody had that mindset, it would be a beautiful world. You know, like I tell guys, like, you come to work to not make anything. You're going to go home. You're going to go, what are you going to do at home? Argue with your wife, go drink a beer.
Especially if you came home with no money.
If you went, yeah, exactly. So I do, like, you said something, like, I don't, MMA, that's it.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to make money here, you can't be here.
Yeah.
If you're not going to go out there and hustle and work late, you can't be here because you're affecting everybody else, and those calls are expensive.
Yeah.
So that's what I do in my culture, and like you said, yeah, everybody puts in the work, you know.
Yeah. Now, what is your plan? So if you're a plumber, reach out to Mark. He's gonna hook you up. You're gonna make like minimum 80K a month. 80K a month, and reach out. Now, if you're a small competitor out there, have you ever thought of maybe acquiring them?
I did think about that, but I think it's more easier for me to just pop up and do my thing like that, because some of these guys they believe their companies are worth a lot more than they really are.
Yeah.
And really, all I would be doing is buying their data. That's it. Their customers, you know.
Because when you get a plumber, do they come with their book of business?
It depends.
Yeah.
Different ones, but I have my own strategies, you know.
Because maybe you just got to take the plumbers from those other companies.
Yeah.
Just recruit them.
Well, we have a lot of plumbers that come to the door because a lot of plumbing owners, they don't really have calls. I guess that's the biggest thing going on. So we do our best to make sure everyone stays busy.
Yeah. And
that's what sets us apart from other companies.
What was Super Mario and Luigi? Were they plumbers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. They were the beginning.
Yeah.
You're looking at the logo for the next Driven.
No. Well, I'm thinking like I just like I like your. I think there's a lot of upside with your plumbing company, like the logo. I'm thinking about I'm envisioning like the logo, the website. I know you already have some of that, but like how can we make it more? How can we make it stand out more? Because when I think about plumbers, I was thinking about it right now because I remember I was very good at the Super Mario game.
Yeah.
And I remember I used to go inside the tubes or what they call them, but I remember that it was like plumbing.
Yeah.
So they go down the what is it called?
Yeah, the sewer traps.
The sewer, yeah. So when I think about plumbing, I think about Mario and Luigi.
Yeah.
And what stands out from them, and how do they get a lot of attention? They're very colorful, and then they have strong features. Because when you go to the movies, especially the new movies, we went to see the Minions movie, and then if you notice, like all the characters, like think about like movies. That industry is there's a lot of money there.
Yeah.
Like lots of tickets sell. Kids want to go see it. Parents have to spend money. They go get a movie ticket. You just don't get a movie ticket. You get a movie ticket, then you got to get the Coke, you got to get the gummy bears, the popcorn, the nachos, and then if they're
alcohol.
Yeah, and if they're smart, they have a bar. Yeah. Then you start getting a margarita for the adults. They get another margarita, and then before you know it, you go to the movies, and you spend $14 on a ticket, and you end up spending like $300 just for a movie setting. So why do like kids love these movies, the Minions? So I went to see the Minions, and then before that we saw another movie. I don't remember which one it was, but they're both the same in the way that they're very colorful. And if you look at the characters, I was telling I was with Alexis. Alexis went. He's one of my guys, and we went. He took his kids. So I took my kids, and we're looking at all the characters, and they all have like super long noses, like huge. They have like huge chins, long faces. They all have they just look exaggerated in the features and the colors. So that gets a lot of attention. So what I'm thinking is like for the plumbing, I just got excited about your company, but if you can make it like colorful and just think about the brand and then open it up to more views, more people, and just promote it like that, I think it'll do really good. And also like making it like funny, because people like funny stuff.
Yeah.
You start making a bunch of funny videos about plumbing, like the shit and all that stuff.
Hey, you're
like,
right.
Hey, if you're tired of fucking shit and then things getting all over the place, and you want to have a safe environment, like reach out. But I was just thinking about things. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna do billboards too with like funny stuff on it.
Yeah.
That's funny you said that, because like a dude sitting on the toilet.
Yeah.
And it says, "We take care of your poop," literally, you know.
Yeah.
And you're right. People do love funny stuff. Whatever catches the eye, emojis and stuff for the kids too.
And then that's the word poop. Like if you put poop and you put like a nice little emoji of shit, that works, because nowadays
people love that.
You can't say bad words because the algorithm goes against you.
Yep.
And also people are very sensitive, and if you want to build a big business, you got to make sure that you don't insult people. So like the poop with the emoji of the shit, it looks funny. And I think we were talking about the brand. I mean, your brand could be you could dress up as a plumber.
Yeah.
So you could wear I like the blue pants, but like a colorful shirt, maybe a red shirt. I don't know, like kind of like Super Mario. Yeah, something like that. Overalls, perfect. Like that could be your brand. But then you could also be like you're driving a Ferrari. It doesn't have to be a Ferrari, but you're driving a nice car, so you get attention, and they see you, and you have the overalls or whatever. People are going to be like, hey, what are you doing? And you could just be like, have a plumbing company and blah, blah, blah. And that opens the conversation.
Yeah.
So like those are just ideas, and then the colors on the letters too. Like like for example, Die Hard Plumber, like one word could be like blue, then another one plumber could be red, white. So it just stands out. But I have no I mean, let's just say right now that you get 60 you get 30 more plumbers, so then the revenue is 14 million, and then let's just say that you the EBITDA is going to be 3 mil. Then you got the formula. You just have to keep getting more plumbers, grow your business, your contacts, your customers, and then find out like, okay, well this company is the multiplier is 7 or 8 or 9. Do you know how much the multipliers are for plumbing companies?
What's that, like buyouts or?
So like the multiplier that you get when you want to sell your company based on the EBITDA.
Yeah, I think it's 5.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So there you go. Like you multiply 5 times your EBITDA, and your company is worth X. So you just got to keep growing that company. And then maybe you raise some capital and you blow it up even more. But the future looks bright with the company. And I think the more you focus on service, on the reviews that you're doing a great job, the brand, growing the brand, getting more known, speaking on stage, and then speaking like also on why it's important, to have the best plumbing company, work your house, help your house, and then you said houses that were built before 1960s.
Yeah, before 1960.
Yeah, that's your niche right there. Those are the people you have to focus on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then those usually require the bigger jobs, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Plumbing wears out, and it'll keep wearing out.
Yeah. Is it true that copper plumbing is the best?
Copper is obsolete now. We use something called PEX piping.
Yeah.
It's plastic. As long as you don't have rodents in the house, it'll last forever.
What do rodents do?
Oh, they can eat through the plastic.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So that's probably another scary thing about being a plumber, right? Where you're in there and there's like shit, but then you also could have rodents.
Yeah.
They could bite you, right? Rats.
Yeah. Yeah, we see it all. Squirrels, rats, raccoons.
Squirrels bite?
Yeah. Well, if you back anything in a corner, it'll bite you.
What about is it true that rats have AIDS?
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't know, but yeah.
I mean, because this is kind of extreme, but if a plumber can get bit by a rat, right?
Yeah, but they got a lot of diseases, Yeah.
Like that would be scarier than poop.
Just inhaling the pee and the poop from the rat, you could get really sick, So it's a lot that comes with it.
Yeah. So everybody here should be thankful of Mark Wilson here. He takes care of a lot of lives, makes a difference. Like you don't have to go in there and swim with the poop and the rats and all that stuff, and he makes it safe for your house. So, Mark, closing thoughts here. What is your plan with the company in the next 5 years, and what and then where can people find you if they want to find you, if they want to reach out?
So I'm in Riverside, California. First Class Plumbing and Rooter. You can find us anywhere. Look us up. Go through our website, firstclassplumbingandrooter.com. And you can find me on Die Hard Plumber if you want to get a hold of me directly. Hit me up on Die Hard Plumber. I'm always taking DMs, and if you own a plumbing company, I'm not a hater. I'll sit down with you. I'll help you. Help figure your stuff out. I'm really I really want to see everybody grow. There's enough to eat for everybody. What was the other question?
What's your plan for the next 5 years? Because look, it shows you like you're just right now mainly in Riverside, right?
Yeah.
And you're doing over 6 million, 7 million in revenue.
Yeah.
Like that's just like a little seed. So like what you said right now, there is a lot of business for a lot of people. So what I think, what I want to see from you, if you're open to it, is I want you to like maybe start this mentorship or plumbing business coaching where you could help other plumbers like scale their businesses.
I would love to do that, because we actually have a group right now. Mm-hmm. Anthony from All City, and he's a big guy out there. I want to shout him out because he's one of the guys that helped me behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But we have a group of guys that, come together, and we're all networking and trying to make each other better.
Yeah.
But I would love to do that. I like to see everybody doing good. I don't try to keep everything for myself, for sure.
Yeah. And for the next 5 years, what is it, what's going to happen in 5 years from now with your plumbing company?
I would like to double, if not triple.
Yeah.
Double, if not triple. For sure we'll double, guaranteed. But if not, we might quadruple.
You want to keep it forever, or you think one day you might want to sell it?
I want to put guys in place. Right now, I'm not even thinking about the sales part.
Yeah.
I want to put my guys in place so everybody's eating, and I could create a little more time to go do something else.
Yeah.
I really am interested in real estate, buying property, and I just bought a ranch, and I flipped the whole ranch in 30 days by myself, you know, and very low in cost. So I was like, man, I could probably do that on the side and make a lot more money.
You flipped it in what city was it?
Riverside.
Riverside.
Yeah.
You made good money?
No, I ended up living there. But
Oh, okay.
I literally tore the whole house out and rebuilt it.
Yeah.
And made it beautiful.
In 30 days?
Yeah. I had to move in 30 days, so I was like, there ain't no time. And 30 days, I redid the whole house.
Well, you know what they say about real estate, right? They said they say they said buy real estate and hold it.
Yeah. Make rental properties, huh?
And then you just refinance, cash out money, buy more, and just keep buying more, buying more.
Yeah, that's what that's the plan right there.
So you're gonna be the next big real estate investor then.
That would be beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have your business just cranking out revenue every week.
That way the bank recognizes me and I can do what I do. You know?
Well, Mark, one last thing here. A story that you've never shared before publicly. I know you said about prison. I don't know if there's anything else that you haven't shared before, but something that is going to impact a lot of lives here because people, you know, you have a cool story about a bunch of things that maybe weren't in your favor, but you managed to get through them and you built this company that's doing really good and you're helping a lot of people.
I got something to say. You know, no matter where you come from, no matter what circumstances you come from, don't let nobody tell you can't do it. And especially if you're starting a business, do not let these people out here tell you that you're crazy. You know, I remember a couple business owners, I'm not going to say their name, but he told me, you're really good, Mark, at what you do. Just keep plumbing.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm not going to. I'm be your competitor.
Yeah.
And I actually seen him the other day, and it just blew my mind, man, the respect that he gave me, you know, and because you could do it. I have no education. I get educated as I go. I pay to meet nice people that could put me in position. But, you know, I don't know if that answers the question, but that's really serious to me to get that message across. You can do it. Keep going hard. Don't forget. Keep like a horse. I love horses, man. So you just put that tunnel vision on and just keep going. You know, being a business owner is not easy. This is probably the hardest thing besides everything I've ever been through in my life. This was the hardest thing, man. This was a real deal.
Yeah,
you know?
100%.
I turned all gray.
Yeah. No, but that's awesome, Mark. So thank you for being on the show, and we'll put all your information below. Reach out. Die Hard Plumber. Thank you.